Hey there, everyone, and welcome in. This is Aaron St Denis, the FF Mad Scientist. I am your High Point Cleveland Browns creator. Today, we're here to do a little breakdown between the Arizona Cardinals and Cleveland Browns. This is our preview for their Week 9 matchup. Got my buddy Joey here. Joey, say hi.
What up, everybody?
That is Joey. You want to say the last thing so I don't screw it up?
Joey Polizze, and I am the Arizona Cardinals correspondent for High Point.
Perfect. Sorry, can you hear the kid in the background? He's a little excited about Fortnite Day 1 of the new season. So let's try and talk some football here. We've got Arizona at Cleveland. Cleveland by 8.5. That I thought was a little conservative. I thought it'd be a little more Cleveland, and I'm not even high on Cleveland. I just love this defense. Quarterback situation is one of the muddier ones we've seen all season, all week, really.
Yep.
We got, I guess it's going to be Deshaun Watson against Clayton Tune, but it could have also been PJ Walker. It could have also been Kyler Murray. So I think we're going with Watson and Tune. The points per game is what you see. That's what they've got for this year. The QB 54 for Tune, that is his current rank. Same with Watson, QB 33. What do you think of Tune this week? What do you think of the prospects are for him?
Yeah, he's a fifth-round rookie, but it is important to note that Kyler is officially questionable for Week 9. So there's still a chance that he plays. Jonathan Gannon not ruling him out and said that the quarterback will decide if he's good to go for Sunday. So leaving it up in the air. The interesting thing with that is that Kyler will be traveling to Cleveland this weekend for the first time this season as he progresses from that ACL surgery last season. So could be Kyler still, but I believe that Gannon and the Cardinals are going to take the conservative approach. They're going to go with Tune and give Kyler one more week to progress from his knee issue and get him back to 100% on the football field. But for Tune, for fantasy purposes, you're likely not starting Tune this week. You mentioned it earlier, Aaron, about the Browns and their very good defense. Clune will be making his first start if he does start this weekend against a very good Browns defense. So I'm staying away from him, but I want to see how he does. Fifth-round rookie, so we'll see how he does. But for fantasy purposes, he's probably better off left on your waiver wire.
Yeah, I can get into that actually. The matchup for him is 27th best, so what's that, fifth worst? The Browns are only allowing quarterbacks 14.3 points per game, as opposed to Deshaun Watson on the other side, where it's the seventh best and 18.6 points per game. Okay, so Superflex League, what desperation QB2, you think?
Desperation, but I mean, there's 4 teams on bye: Purdy, Trevor Lawrence, Jared Goff, so some good quarterbacks. So a desperation if you absolutely need somebody. But I like other guys, maybe like Taylor Heineke, who's starting this week. I like Tyson Bagent of the Bears better than Tune. It's just a tough matchup for Tune against the Browns, making his first career start. So if of course the Cardinals go that route.
On my podcast, we did kind of a little multiverse, multi-dimension. Who would you rather kind of rank here? So in the alternate universe where Watson, PJ Walker, Clayton Tune, and Kyler Murray are all starting this, rank them for me. How do you rank the 4?
I would go Deshaun Watson, Kyler Murray, PJ Walker, and Clayton Tune in that order.
I agree with you 100%. Alrighty, I guess we can move on to the running backs. It is, once again, it's a good match or a great matchup here for the Cleveland Browns. Third best matchup. The Cardinals are allowing 25 points per game. The Browns are the 22nd best. They're only allowing 15.9. What do you think here? Like I've got listed Keontae Ingram and Tony Jones. I know they had the other running back it's Amari DeMarcado. Sorry, his name was.
Yeah.
You think this is wheels up here on Ingram with the injury? What do you think? He's RB2?
I'm not confident in the matchup. I know we've been talking about this Browns defense and how good it is. So I'm not necessarily firing up Ingram because DeMarcado's out with that toe injury. But 4 teams on bye. If you need a flex play, Ingram should get the volume in this game. The matchup again is not the best, but he should see 15 to 20 touches. With just Tony Jones, they got Corey Clement. So nothing, I think, that hurts Ingram in this game as far as his touches go. But the matchup's not great. And for the Browns, their running backs, I think they have a good matchup this week for that side of the ball.
Any word on James Conner? I'm not sure. I haven't heard much. I almost forgot he existed. Any idea when he's due back?
James Conner is first eligible to come off the IR next week. So we could see him back next week. Jonathan Gannon said this week that Conner looks good. They're excited to get him back, and Conner is excited to get back to the field. So he could practice as soon as Wednesday next week. We'll see if that happens, but that would be a big boost for the Cardinals offense, obviously, if they get Kyler back and James Conner back for that offense.
It's funny because these kind of are their opposite here. I hate the situation for the Browns running back room, but I love the matchup. Whereas I hate it for Keontae Ingram, but it's just Keontae Ingram. Like, if I had to pick one, I think I have the rank on the season is RB21 for Ford. I think I have him inside my top 20, probably 15 this week. But I'm worried. Like Kareem Hunt, was his usage last week just because of Ford's injury? Pierre Strong, is he going to get some touches? So it seems to be a much more clear path for Keontae Ingram, although I think he's probably the third most talented of the 4 running backs here, and he's got the worst matchup. So I guess we'll play rank him again. Go for all 5 of them. You want me to go first, or you want to go first?
You can go first on this one.
I think I'm going Jerome Ford, Keontae Ingram, Hunt, Strong, Tony Jones.
I think I would go in the exact same order. Debating between Ingram and Hunt there.
I debated Hunt between, is that what you said, Hunt and Ingram?
Yeah, Hunt and Ingram for the 2-3
spot. That was close for me. I think Hunt has some pass-catching chops. We'll see, but I don't know. I'm kind of hoping, as a guy who has a couple of shares of Jerome Ford, I'm kind of hoping that was just them resting him with the injury, and Hunt is going to, fade back to the wayside here. Okay, we can move on to the wide receivers. It is another good matchup. 11th best for the Browns, 30 points per game the Cards are allowing. It's another bad matchup for the Cardinals. The Browns are 28th best matchup, so 4th worst, allowing 23.2 points per game. What do you think here on this receiver room? Obviously, I included 5 receivers on the depth chart. Really, there's probably 3 who are fantasy relevant. We don't have to discuss Pascal and Dortch. So, what do you think?
Yeah, the only guy you're starting on the Cardinals for wide receivers is Marquise Brown, and he's a risky wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3 in this week. Denzel Ward, opposite of him, is likely to shadow Brown, who is an excellent corner, has done a great job this season against opposing wide receiver 1. So I don't love the matchup for Brown, especially if Tune starts. I think that brings down Brown's value just a little bit, but you can't ignore the volume for Marquise Brown. He's seen at least 9 targets in 4 out of the past 5 games. So he's going to get the target share. He's going to get it. It's just how effective and how efficient is he going to be with those targets, because in 2 of the last 3 games, he hasn't topped more than 45 receiving yards. So a little risky with Brown with 2 under center this week.
Yeah, I agree. I think out of sheer volume of how many leagues I'm in, I'm sure I'm desperation starting Rondell or Wilson somewhere, but it's Brown for me. And even, Brown in a lot of leagues, I left him on my bench in favor of, D-Hop and other options. It's a little more clear-cut for a change here on the Brown side. It's Amari Cooper in a home game. That's like the double bonus. I'm interested. I know DPJ's gone. He wasn't really having a role anyways. I'm interested to see with Watson back, are they going to let him air it out? And if he does this suddenly make Elijah Moore more relevant? Does it, give a little bit of a boost to Njoku? Does rookie Cedric Tillman finally get a role? Or is it just strictly, the running game and some Cooper and a little bit of Njoku? I think if I had to rank it, well, like I said, Cooper's the only one I really want to start, but I think I could go Cooper, Hollywood Brown, the Moores has a tie, and then Michael Wilson. I don't know who I'd go. I think I'd probably go Rondell Moore. I feel like he's safer, but I don't know. Call the Moores a tie. How about you?
I would probably go Cooper, Brown, and then I would go Elijah Moore, then Rondell Moore, and then probably Michael Wilson.
Yeah, it's 2 options. That's really what you wanted. There's 2 good options. True. Looking through, there's not a whole lot of good options on the Cardinals this week in general. They've got some bad injuries and, rookie making his first start. Actually, we'll move on to the tight end, which might be their second best start of the game. It is the second worst matchup for aforementioned second year Trey McBride. And it is the worst matchup for David Njoku. So you have the two teams that are the best against tight ends on defense. Trey McBride, I love. I finally was happy to see him get his shot with Ertz out. David Njoku, I know he had the accident there and he was injured. I don't know if it's just a pass volume, the backup quarterback, that XFL quarterback there. What do you think here of the tight end on your side, Trey McBride?
Yeah, very impressed by him last week. Very impressed. 14 targets, 10 receptions, 95 yards, and that's great for tight ends, especially at such a weak position in fantasy. But that was with Josh Dobbs. So we'll see how things change if Clayton Tune is the starter this weekend. But with Evan Ingram, with Sam Laporta, with George Kittle all on buys this week, if you picked up Trey McBride, chances are you will likely have to start him this week. And it's not a bad play. The line actually moved to 10 in this game. The Browns are favored by 10 games. So you expect the Cardinals to be airing it out. They're going to be trailing for most of the game, which I think opens up more opportunities for Trey McBride in the passing game. Don't forget, this is a tight end and a player who was the Cardinals' second-round pick last year. The number one tight end prospect coming into the draft last year. So he's talented. We saw it last week. And I think based on the Cardinals going to be behind early, based on the volume and how much targets he should see in this action, I think he's a good start this week. Probably a low-end tight end one with 4 teams on bye this week.
Yeah, I think I have them both rated as low-end tight end ones with the bye. It's funny because in my waiver article, I said, Trey McBride's the tight end everyone's going to rush to on the waiver wire, then to realize they have to pick up another tight end because they probably can't play him in this matchup.
Yeah.
I think that's an exaggeration. You probably can play him because if you're getting 14 targets, I don't care who you're playing, you're going to be decent as a tight end. So I guess we can wrap it up here with the last two. We got kicker and defense. I don't think there's a whole lot to really go into here, so we'll be quick. Dustin Hopkins has been the second best kicker. I want to start him for sure. It is let me bring my guide up here. It's a pretty good, it's a top 10 matchup for Hopkins. It's a bottom 4 matchup for Prater. So I don't want to start Prater anyways.
Yeah.
I really like to fire up Hopkins. It's a great matchup for the Cardinals allegedly on defense, but I'm not sure how much I trust that. So I think for me, I want to start the Browns and I want to start Hopkins. I don't really have any interest in playing Prater or the Cards. You disagree at all, or what do you think?
Yeah, you're not going to start the Cardinals or Prater this weekend. Prater, the Cardinals have had a hard time scoring the football. Prater hasn't done much because of it, and the Cardinals defense, as bad as Browns offense has been this year, and it hasn't lived up to expectations, the Cardinals have also had their struggles on defense. So you're not going to start the Cardinals or Matt Prater this weekend.
I think actually I love the Browns defense. It just hasn't translated. Their real life defense is awesome. As you can see, their fantasy defense has been middle of the pack, but you got a rookie making this is his first start, I think, right? Yeah.
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 Yep.
Making his NFL debut. Give me a tough defense. Miles Garrett's going to make for a long day here on this poor guy. So I think that pretty much wraps it up here. So like I said, one last time, I'm Aaron St. Denis, your High Point Cleveland Browns creator, and he is...
I'm Joey Polizze, your Arizona Cardinals High Point creator.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for tuning in for the Week 9 preview of Cardinals and Browns. Check us out on Twitter at High Point Sports and on YouTube at High Point Sports. Also at Personal Corner. Thanks, everyone. Take care. Good luck this week.
And go Cardinals.
Go Browns. Dog pound.